Okay, so when I look at this, okay, matrimonial navigator program. Okay, so to me, it looks like this person wants to be they want to be hopefully, if I'm right, I could be wrong, they want to be a family law attorney. And sometimes when people put things like Sports Entertainment Law Society on there, these kind of things are really unnecessary. These societies and stuff, it's like they have a couple meetings a quarter or per semester. It's just a lot of these different foundations and stuff aren't really that necessary. What is good here, what I like, is I like the Kaplan Bar representative because I think that shows that this person is trying to earn money to get a free bar course and also out there and social. I like this family court law review stuff. I don't know what this grade point is, but if it's good, then if it's like the top third or something, then that's good too. But again, just keep in mind my previous advice about that, and then just watch your things here. I don't know this Ruth Kleinman Award. Oh, I guess you got it. You did really well in history. Okay, and then the Brooklyn College Historical Society. Okay, that's fun. The sorority, you can take that off or leave it on. I don't know. I didn't know that Brooklyn College actually financial vice president. Okay, I think as a general rule, it's going to detract from your strength if you put stuff related to all this on there. And I don't like how all this is formatted at the top. So I would try to figure that out. But so, all this stuff needs to be better organized. I think, honestly, I think this probably goes over here. I don't know. It's just, but you have to figure out the organization just a little better. Okay, but then let's see, this law group or your law clerk, I would love it if this work you were doing as a law clerk was related to something to do with family law, because you've been doing this family law court review. If it's not, then that's fine. But you don't want to, because the problem is people get a sense of a resume, like they get a sense of where things are going. And so anytime you pull up, anytime someone has a resume, the person reading it is going to get a sense, of the kind of person you are and your interest. And so I want to be able to look at a resume and get a sense of the person's trying to do one thing specifically. So here you're doing basically plaintiff's employment related work. Here you're doing employment discrimination. Cool. Okay. So this is all employment discrimination. So this is actually good. So this is two things. So instead of this family court stuff here, I would be just very careful. I would take this GPA off for now. We can talk about that in a minute. But expected to graduate in the top half, whatever, something along those lines. But people aren't necessarily going to be as concerned about your grades as they are you. But activities, you get activities. I don't know, but let's just talk about this. So this is all plaintiff's employment discrimination, same thing here. And then it's going to also plaintiff employment discrimination. Okay, so you have plaintiff employment discrimination. Okay, so then, so that's actually pretty good. And then I don't know why you have this underlining. Actually, the bold, but not the underline. Plaintiff employment discrimination, plaintiff employment discrimination. Okay, so and maybe just you say something along the lines of, I interned at this employment discrimination related law firm and did these things and this stuff, and just kind of leave it at that. But when you have the resume that looks like this way, as opposed to the way it was before, then you can say, I have a deep interest in plaintiff employment discrimination. And then what makes that so strong is when someone's looking at your resume, they're going to say, does this person, do they want the job? And it looks like you want the job because you're doing plaintiff's employment discrimination. So if you're applying to plaintiff's employment discrimination, you're going to be very strong. And how to tell if you want the job, because you've been doing it and you like it. And then you can also say, will they do the job long term? Yes, they probably will, because they're doing plaintiff's employment discrimination right now. And then can they be managed? Yes, because they've been doing it. And can they do the job? Yes, because they've had this employment stability during school. So this person, actually, I like this person because they did this for 4 months, and then they did this for they've been doing this for, it looks like, how many months was that? 5 months. And this is actually very good. It's all plaintiff employment discrimination. So maybe talk a little bit about what you've done there, and that's it. And then just, that's it. That's all you need. And then this person's graduated in 2021, so they're graduating soon. And if it was me, I would apply to employment discrimination type jobs. And then I would just say, you can talk a little bit about your grades there if you want. And then this stuff here, just clinical summer fellow, this is not related to plaintiff's employment discrimination. So I would take that out. I would just say you're a fellow. And then I see this as a summer teaching. Fine, just take this. Not related to plaintiff's employment discrimination. Okay, and this is fine too. So this would be other, and what is font is this in? This is Times New Roman. So let's put everything in Times New Roman. Okay. And yeah, so all of a sudden you have a very good resume. You have to fix all of these things here, but now you look you look more like what you may want to do. Now, if you want to do other things, that's fine. Then you would take off, you would basically describe if you wanted to do criminal stuff, which you did here, or you want to do veterans clinic, you would do it there. And then if you want to do something different, you would do it here. So these are just the summer jobs you had, which is fine. And it's good that you got experience during the summer. And that's great. But I would try to, and I think this resume is actually much better. I think you do need some discussion about this. If you want to put that you're fluent in Russian, that's fine too. There's probably a lot of Russians that need people to do employment discrimination, or you may not want to put it. It's up to you. But that's how I would do that. So anything needs to be focused. Now, the other thing is if you want to do family law, then you could you suddenly put all your family law stuff back on under your law school. And then you talk about, and then you don't say anything about plaintiff's employment discrimination, and you just talk about that you're a law clerk. And then if you want to do criminal law, you would, or whatever other type of law you want to do, you would, if you just want to do litigation, then you just say worked on litigation related cases there. And if you want to do defense litigation, you just say worked on employment matters. So you have to think about who your audience is for each of these resumes. And unfortunately, a lot of people that are looking for jobs don't think through things like this. And unfortunately, most people that are putting together the resumes and thinking about them aren't thinking about them this way. But this person could be, depending on what they put on their resume, could easily, I think, get a job doing plaintiff's employment discrimination if they do what I'm telling them. But they could also get a job doing employment defense, depending on how they say it, employment defense. Because they were on the Family Law Journal, they could also get a job doing family law because of the journal, if they highlight that. Because they did the veteran stuff, they could probably also get a job with the government if they wanted to, working in the veterans office or something. Veterans, due to the government stuff. If they wanted to do, what else could they do? The veteran stuff, do the government stuff. If they wanted to do government, if they want to do litigation, they could do that. Just talk about litigation related experience. Did you motions and discovery, and just don't highlight the fact that it was all employment discrimination. So all of this is, and then you just change this around. You just talk about employment work, you'd say, or you'd say litigation related work, prepared pleadings and did discovery, and then if you wanted to do, regardless, whatever you want to do, you can pretty much get it in there, and that would help you quite a bit. So that's how I would handle that. These kind of summer positions are okay, but yeah, I don't think you want to leave people with one sense about what you do. So every resume that we've talked about today, we tried to give people a sense of one thing. So you want to look like one thing. And the reason is because when people have jobs, almost every law firm, they're looking for a certain type of person, and they want to hire someone with a certain type of experience. And the more experience you have related to a certain area, the better off you're going to be.